Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today we're going to take a look at some new models from Wargames Exclusive. And when I say new models, I mean new models because I haven't got around to printing these, but you'll notice they're in packages, no less. Well, it's because Wargames Exclusive has started to offer up, as I've said in a past video, they've started to offer up a lot of their 3D printing only models as actual physical copies that you can get directly from them. I do have to say they're quite good about getting things sent out regularly and nicely packaged, so if that's something of interest to you, if you've enjoyed their models, because I'll tell you right now, I certainly have, as I have piles of them that need to get finished. And I have not started painting any of them yet. I do have quite a few of their greater good models upstairs on my painting table waiting. Here's just a few of the random sampling. They've got a lot of cool stuff on their Patreon tribes page, whatever you want to call their 3D printing software platform things. Anyways, I just haven't gotten around to actually getting these two printed, so this works out quite nice for me. That's why we got them. We've got right here the Greater Good Far Striker drone team. You can see there is quite a bit in there. Quite a few bases, too. And then we've got the Greater Good Kroot Wild Rider. Now, this is a kind of an interesting one because this was actually offered up originally as one of the kind of loyalty exclusive figures, you know, if you stick with their monthly subscription thing for like 6 months. So that's why I never got around to printing it. I actually have it on my hard drive somewhere. I just figured, hey, I've already got this. Let's put it to use. So, like I said, these come directly from them. Obviously, if you can't read this, I'll have the link down there below for you as well. Now, they do include bases. These are not printed bases. These are plastic bases. And I have something I want to show you guys in a little bit, speaking of bases. So we've got the oval for that. We've got a variety of parts here. We've got the main, I don't know what they're called, Crudosaur, at the base right here. You'll notice that the parts are pretty nicely fit. Yes, they are printed, but these days, what isn't? And I gotta say, they are quite nicely cleaned as well. Considering how often I have videos on 3D printed stuff that you guys can see, my quality level is not always as good as theirs. I was just actually building some old hand-cast resin models the other day, and I was not so happy playing with the casting gates. So I've gotten so used to trimming off supports from printing. It was a bit nostalgic and annoying. But, you know, there's positives and negatives to both. One thing you can see here is the detail definitely shows through quite nicely. And the rest of our cool, I said Kroot, didn't I? Cruel, K-R-O-O-L, cool friends appendages. Taking a look now at the Far Striker team. Notice I had to stop myself there. How many bases? I think we have 4, yeah. So you have Far Striker and then 3 drones included. Let's see what's what. I feel like I got this model printed somewhere. I printed it for somebody, maybe. I gave it to someone. I don't know. Maybe I painted it once. So we've got the main drone body, and then we're going to attach little wings on the sides, as well as a stand for it. No fancy detailed bases to attach the stand in, but that's okay. Second drone, similar style. Actually, this one's got 2 camera lenses, whereas this one only has 1. And High Lord Tamerlane open bags. Not very effectively, it seems. Okay. Swing those over there, and then we've got stand down here. It's like the spotter one. And then we have Far Striker themselves. Ready to man the cannon, or spotter, or whatever it is. Backpack. Now I'm noticing something. Oh. It's like, I don't see a spot for their hands. But then I realize it's because their hands are actually supposed to plug into the launcher. Like that. So, that's why, obviously, we need the head and some glue, but that's okay. I'm going to get them all built up. We'll show you how they look. We'll grab some of the models, and we will sit tight. All right, we got our greater good models all put together here. And one of the nice things that I at least feel with a lot of these Wargames exclusive models is that, you know what, I have no intention, well, at this point I probably totally can field a completely unique warband. I was going to say, I have no real intention of fielding or playing any greater good models at this point. I kind of always veered off towards chaos stuff, and Wargames Exclusive does have plenty of that too. But I gotta say, their greater good, just the variety of choices at this point is just really spot on. They've got so many fun characterful models at this point. Everything went together really nice. I did have to double check. I've got a little bit of blue tack. She doesn't really need it though. I just have her there just for the ease of filming, along with her mount in that typical kind of crawling down the rock pose that we see all too often with cavalry models, but that's okay. They're not usually big lizard, apex predators. What was I going to say? Oh, so like there's a little saddlebag right here and a rope on the other side. I did have to go look online for that. I wasn't 100% sure, but yeah, I was pretty much on point with that. All the pieces fit in nicely. You can see here there are, when they're in focus, little indentations on the scenic display part of his base for his claws and paws to go on. And you end up with a really nicely posed model that I think is just going to be fun for painting. But as I said, at this point, I've got so many different greater good models, and I know they've put out like a whole cruel warband at this point. And there were just a few new ones released, I think, as I am filming this video. That's not going to be an issue. Obviously, these are greater good, whatever the name of their strike forces are. I don't even know if I have them on camera, but those are totally different models. Totally unrelated. These are ones that I have printed and just have to get around to painting. One of the nice things about all these models, though, is if you have any of the earlier resin greater good models, or just any of the Wargames exclusive models in general, they're all right at the same scale. So, same scale, same style of armor, same style of joints. They're going to fit in quite nicely, provided you actually put them on bases, I guess. And let's take a look at our Deep Striker. I believe that was the name of our drone shot pilot. There's been a couple of drone controllers that I've got some off to show off one of these days. I like the fact that we've got the whole spotter thing kind of in flight mode here, with the stand included. I am going to wager a guess. I dug around through my bits. I couldn't find any old plastic rod stands, so I just went ahead and glued everything on. But like I said, everything went together fine. There were no issues. I do like the fact that we have the... It's way too far away. We have the various drones at different sized bases. I don't like when everything is flying exactly at the same level. A little bit of space between everything is always nice. And then let us grab our actual shot caller. This one does not want to stay. That's my one worry with these is, you know, just gluing them straight down to a base. I feel like it's going to be kind of an iffy situation. I'm always hesitant about that. Yeah, I could pin them, but at least if I put like some dirt and sand, glue that all down, that'll help build it up and keep everything nice and sturdy. And here is our shot collar. I guess I missed a little support there up by her elbow. That's okay. Now, I didn't actually glue her on to the gun yet, just because I figure keeping her off is going to be kind of beneficial to getting everything painted. She's kind of in the way there. And then I wanted to point something out, because I had seen these for a while, and I just figured why not go ahead and give it a shot. Wargames Exclusive has had these bases for a while, these Army Gainer bases, and these are their Enclave style ones, which should work quite nicely for our greater good stuff. Now, one of the cool things is, you'll notice that these are all on a sprue. That's because they are plastic. And actually, they are nicely connected, and I'm starting to wonder who produced them. I can't see any names on... the sprue. I like these little communicator bits. I'm not sure who developed these. One thing also worth pointing out, you'll notice that every single base already has a cavity for magnets to attach to them. That is a plus. Let me see if I have any clippers handy. Okay, I got some cut out here. One thing I wanted to mention before I start showing them off is I want you guys to pay attention that the details on every one of the bases on this sprue are completely different. There are no similar bases. That's kind of a cool touch. And I don't see any copycats on this one either. Similar, but not the same. And I'm thinking that, you know, with some of these little extra goodie bits on there, those would be fun for like little basing materials if you're not going to, you know, be able to fit everything on the same size bases. We do have a couple of larger ones as well. Let me see what the makeup of the box is. I just toss the box to the side here. 1025s, 1032s, 540s, 550s, and 364 millimeters. So these are pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna have to. We don't have any ovals, unfortunately, which would have been kind of cool for the Big Hunter, but that's okay. You know what? Maybe I'll put some of the little basing bits around there. That'll make it look cool. Actually, maybe I can stick some of those basing bits around these guys, and that way they're a little bit more in line. I like those bases. Check that out. I mean, the detail is quite clear, deeply cut in. And we got the spots for the magnets too. So, obviously, if you are interested in any of this, we are going to have that link down below. Do take a look. There's a lot of fun stuff to be had from Wargames Exclusive. Whether you want their 3D printed stuff, whether you want their cast resin stuff, or if you're just a fan of some of their other models. I even found one of my jump captains. This is a cool model. I'm sorry. This is just a cool model. Also, Wargames Exclusive. One of their hand sculpted ones when they were doing more marine type things, which they do every now and then. Another one as well. But these guys are like big hero dudes. Of course, they're going to be larger. So, as I was saying, we've got a ton of variety, a ton of different factions, and a ton of fun stuff available from Wargames Exclusive. Do take a look, and I guarantee you are going to have some interesting picks for your tabletop games. And with that said, then, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.